Hello. Welcome. Come on, Bob. You know I'm my own one-man fail army. So welcome back. Welcome back to Horizon. Did not play yesterday. We started the Frozen Wilds on Tuesday. Be back at it today. We're playing on Ultra Hard. Left off. I want to say exactly where we left off, the name of the place. I don't remember the name of the place, so we'll see. But we left off in the middle of something. We're somewhere doing something, and we're in the middle of it. Whatever it is, we're there. Hope you're all doing all right today. Hope everyone is. Howdy, Bob. You switched from fail army for this. Well, we'll see if that gamble pays off or not. My brain's in the shitter today. I don't have a reason. Brain's in the shitter today. Brain chemistry's a real bitch sometimes. So, it ain't an excuse, but unfortunately, I gotta stick with it. That's where it is. I'm gonna lean on you today. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I'm here so we can be here. I hope we can have some fun. It's been sorely missing today. They have meds for that. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Unlock the machine repair skill. We have every skill. We had every skill save one at the beginning of the DLC. Woo! What's up, man? Welcome. Lock that. Cauldrons. I guess we should just stick with the plan and stay in the Frozen Wilds. I don't have a mind for anything right now. I have half a mind to just let's go run some cauldrons. Let's go leave the Frozen Wilds for a little while, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Don't mind me. We're in the middle of something in the Frozen Wilds. We should probably just stick with it. But out there on the rest of the map are the cauldrons that we played through in the main game. They're one of the only things that resets on NG+. Collectibles, quests, of course, and the cauldrons count, even though they're optional. Maybe they're not all optional. Aren't most of the cauldrons optional? The main game, but the overrides you get from them, we don't have because the cauldrons all reset. Are the load screens always this long? Not on death. On map change, yeah. So the first time load is bad, or if you jump across the map. If we really go anywhere, fast travel. Otherwise, it's seamless. I mean, we could go on foot across the whole map, and it won't load. So there is that. But if you fast travel, yes, and first time, yes. I don't know if we've uncovered any cauldrons back on the main map yet. I haven't tried to do anything from the main game here on this stream. Tuesday, or today. Obviously, it's on my mind. I did have to get us this far to Day Tower Gate to start the DLC, so this is an NG Plus on Ultra Hard, and the DLC starts there. I had to do a few things to get there, and that was it. Hey, there's a cauldron. There's one example. If we wanted to run cauldrons now, later, we'd leave the Frozen Wilds, the DLC area up north, and we'd backtrack into the main area. And when we go through those dungeons, and they are really cool, so that, I mean, it would be fun, but the real benefit would be the overrides. We would be able to, even in the Frozen Wilds, affect many of the machines that we can't now, because that was all reset. We don't need to. What are we doing? Where are we? west side of the map. We're going to the shrine. We're on the Shaman's Path. Shaman's Path. So this is a New Game Plus playthrough, not your original one doing the DLC. Correct. I had to decide between them. The original one was on very hard and had everything done throughout the map. The entire game was complete. It was platinum, except the save that you load is from before the end mission. But everything was complete. The way things are now, we have almost nothing complete, but we have all our skills, every single skill in the game. And we have all our weapons and armor and mods. And we would have had that in the other one too if we had continued.
The message for you, Commander, just came in over a secure channel.
Twixor! Thank you, Twixor. Thank you so much. Good to know you're out there. Good to know you're still having a good time. You're out there. Glad you're out there. Thank you. Another message. Sorry, let's get the messages out of the way. Sorry, you're gonna have to put up with that noise for a while. All right, here's what's going on. We're on the Shaman's Path, or did I get the name wrong? Shaman's Path. Rumors of daemons and spirits abound in the Banuk territory of the Cut. Hello, Simpika. It's Hi Jay and everyone. Hi to you. Doing all right. To learn more, Aloy must find someone who can separate fact from fabrication. Go to the shrine that marks the end of the Shaman's Path. So we are pretty far along, I think. Maybe even near the end. I ended the stream near the end of a quest, a mission. But these things, that thing, I think it has the name Control Tower. How's that for a fancy name? Well, it's a fancy fucking thing, even if it has a boring name. It's a control tower. And it's messing with the machines around here. It will repair them, protect them, summon them. And so we've got to disable it. Hi, Claire.
Message coming in.
Thank you for the host.
Patching it
Blue. Technically, Simpika, I'm fine. My brain's all messed up today. You know, sometimes brains suck. My brain sucks today. I guess we activated this one already because I can't seem to click on it. These things, we've been turning them. These are little shrines. Maybe this is the shrine they're referring to. We've been activating the shrines, which turns them, and they kind of point the way with some light to the next one. There have been wind chimes and shrines. We made it to a campfire. And when we deactivate that thing, or while we approach it, we're gonna get attacked. We better make sure that I know what buttons to press. That we're loaded up, and the real question is, how is it Ted Farrow's fault? Somehow, it is. Somehow it is. Tie downs. I was trying to use tie downs. I didn't use the rope caster much in the main game. But things which are real nasty, you can still tie them down to the ground. It's not a bad idea. alternative to sheer panic. Blast wire. I don't know what's going to be out there. Things on the ground, things flying around. So we've got arrows, flame arrows, hardpoint arrows, blast sling, but not elemental. Tie ropes and tripwires. Let's see what's up. Also got elemental resists we could use and extra traps we could put on the ground. I might be overthinking this. We are over leveled for the DLC, but it is on ultra hard. What do you got? Aloy, what do you got? That pink stuff, that's the demonic. Kind of like corruption, but worse. A frost claw, optionally destroy or kill. Destroy or override. Hold on, we gotta talk optional. Optional. The last one I overrode the tower. I think this says we could also attack it. Destroy or override the tower. Overriding seems so much simpler. Kill the frost claw. I think it said both of those objectives were optional. Well, if you don't kill the frost claw, you're not gonna live to do anything else here, are you? I'd say we kill the frost claw and override the tower, not necessarily in that order. I think we need to override the tower before we'll be able to do much about the frost claw, because that tower repairs machines. I haven't seen it happen, but the game said it does. If it's gonna repair machines, oh hell no. Tower first. Frost claw. How about some frost resist? Demonic frost claw, body weak to fire, freeze unit weak to impact, piercing, damage, it's weak to damage, and it's guarding the tower. So getting up to the tower without getting spotted, I don't think that's gonna happen. If we're real savvy, which I'm not right now, maybe I could roll up to the tower and override before that thing notices if I go up at just the right moment. It's gonna turn around, but if I can catch it while it's facing the other direction, maybe. Here they come. I think she's confused. I don't see a they yet. That took a little while. But now he's moving again. Let's not get spotted. Let's watch him for a minute. And if he has a track. Why didn't I look at that? He has a track. That's a really tight track. He's not going anywhere. So, screw it. Up and at them. Three, two, one. Fuck that! Yeah! We got it. We got the override. It worked. Holy shit, it worked. When do things ever work around here? Whoa, he's standing up! arrows am I using? The worst ones! Because I didn't land on fire and didn't notice. Oh! That's the tower. Okay. Oh! Is this game fucking brilliant or what? The fire's not doing much in the face. Oh! Where'd he go? Right in front of you! He's mad. Sticky bombs! Oh!
Scary new machine. Down. Now back to finding Maria.
That's one dead!
Got a clue.
Demonic Frostclaw. Wow, plan worked. He seems unhappy with you. Ah, he'll get over it. He'll get over it, right? Need to stock up on Blaze before we run out at an inopportune moment. Control tower. Overridden. Wonder how hard they are to destroy. You ever have those days, weeks, months, years, where you just can't quite exhale? Just feel like you're holding your breath, even if you're not.
I can't feel much of anything in this.
This is not exactly what I meant, but
I should be able to get up there.
good, huh? Why not? Go to the shrine. We have not made it to the final shrine. It wasn't that one. So the Shield Weaver armor, which we have from late game, main game, late game, badass, but that control tower, when it was pulsing, would also disable the shield that the Shield Weaver armor would put up. put it back on now that it's disabled. Now that the tower is disabled. Like I'm spoiling it being in front of her here. But it makes a difference. I'm going to disappear for a minute. Enjoy this for a minute. It is beautiful. I love a game you can just stand still in and still be having a good time. Special game that does that.
This
Quit
must be
your
the shrine
warm
Naltuk was
doublet.
talking about.
I've got one.
Guess I should take some blue gleam.
Four. Is it 1 or 4? Obtained 1 blue gleam. 4. I think it's 4. When I first saw the items on the vendor that were new with the DLC, that required new animal parts and blue gleam, as well as shards to purchase, I had no idea how rare that blue gleam was going to be. I think you need a lot to buy anything. This is gorgeous up here. At least she doesn't seem as miserable as Lara Croft in Rise of the Tomb Raider in the snow. No, Aloy is... Aloy loves it. Aloy enjoys life. Aloy appreciates nature. It's... Hi. Hi, Chief. Oh, I think Aloy really gets it. Hey, hold on. That was cool. Check out the... There we go. Look at that symbol. Woo! Get your day off, can watch all day. Awesome. Aloy murders indiscriminately, without the morals that weigh Lara.
This'll come in handy.
Ah. Aloy, her story is not one of suffering, while Lara's is. Indiscriminate murder aside, Yeah, look at her. She's not suffering, she's practically zen. And cold. She's also cold.
Took said Ourea went past the shrine, into the mountain. I'd better take those stairs. Sparkles. You can see why it's worth a lot.
Imagine how mopey Lara would be if she was in post-apocalyptic Colorado. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gotta turn that marker off. Off with you. That's my guess. Gee, I mean, it looks like an active volcano. It hasn't... We haven't gotten there yet. So there could be more to it than what it appears. But maybe it's just an active volcano. That was my guess, too.
An ancient door. Maybe Ourea's inside.
Firebreak upgrades. Play the audio data
March
points.
10th, 2046. I just spent 16 hours in here trying to install upgrades to improve efficiency for the central processing unit. Project Firebreak is going to need the brain power. Let's just hope I'll have enough of my own. Anita stayed with me the whole time. We got a lot done, but every time she brushed by and I smelled her hair, oh boy, I should just go to bed.
Lots of strange equipment. What was this place?
Woo, I don't know if you saw the other day or in another stream how much work they did on the facial and mouth animations in the DLC. So much so in a few cases that you can even see the tongue animating, not obtrusively, but appropriately. I found myself watching the lips of characters as they spoke, as I might while speaking with someone. Anyways, it was cool. Good improvements. Do they open their teeth now? Aloy's still got a mild case of lockjaw, but I've grown fond of it. I got so used to it in 90 hours of the main game. I couldn't tell you if they changed her animations. I'm quite comfortable watching her speak. Never really bothered me, even though I kind of saw a little bit of this too. But new NPCs and many of the cutscenes we've had are distinctly impressive compared to their earlier counterparts. power lines.
Looks like the door's wired to something over here. Locked. Maybe my focus can help.
Rotation node. Rotate to reroute data flow. Get in there. Point 0.6 voice recording with text.
How am I going to
We'll go look at the
explain
text
to Kenny
after.
that Firebreak is doomed without a guiding intelligence advanced enough not only to think, but to feel?
As I was reminded or informed, some of these audio logs, I don't know if it was this way in the main game because I don't remember. Some of the audio logs are just audio logs, and if you look at the text log for them, it's just a transcript. But some of these audio logs have more, have text that is not spoken. So we might backtrack through a few, the ones we already got at some point. You get the DLC. This is the DLC. Yeah. Hey, Draxius. Personal log 0.6. What does it mean to quantify an intelligence anyway? You can't just assign a number on a continuum to a conscious mind and then expect it to obey whatever arbitrary limit that number represents. No way around it. Without the supervision of a mind beyond human capacities, Firebreak is going to fail. And 0.6 won't cut it. By pushing sentience, you inevitably generate a system that can experience emotion. Wild, sloppy, unmanageable emotion. You're capable of abstract thought. You're capable of fear, like Vast Silver. I won't go through that again. I categorically refuse. Hopefully I can get all this across to Kenny. I like him. I like his lopsided little smile. I especially like those circles he makes with his hands when he gets excited about an idea. If we hadn't been flung together like this, maybe he and I... Well, no point in wool gathering. I wonder, could an artificial brain experience this singular combination of desire and preemptive regret? Quantify an intelligence. Firebreak is going to fail without the supervision of a mind beyond human capacities. 0.6 won't cut it. So these, even though some of these are marked like we haven't heard them, we did listen to all the data points. We just didn't come into the notebook to look at them. And I bet you some of these, that one's just audio. But one of these, I think we heard Laura, Shelley, Laura, and then we didn't come to read the rest. I didn't come here and read this. So Secret Show. The audio bit. Short.
Alright, so okay, like how do we want to start this farewell thingy?
We're not going to listen to all the band
The
stuff
last
again.
sexual people to ever see this place. Yeah. Hence, you know, songs.
So there was this, I don't know if it was an actual punk band or some girls having fun as a punk band, but they came to, I don't have a good grasp of this. Some of the places we've been, we found some logs. Were they around when things were falling apart? Are we going to read more right now? I think we are, to indicate that they were around right when things were falling apart. I don't know what Firebreak is yet either, but I suspect that is some parallel project. Without spoiling the main game for people who may not have seen it, Project Zero Dawn is the big umbrella for lots of other things that were going on as the world was going to shit. Without saying too much on the finer points, because if you haven't seen played through the game already, I encourage you to do that. Don't just get an information dump from someone about how cool the game was and everything that happened and we found out. The secrets as they unfold are fan-fucking-tastic. But suffice it to say, the world fell apart very quickly, and machines were involved. And I think we're going to see that the DLC story is parallel to that. I had heard as much, but Faro, I see a name down there. You asked, Woo, how is it Ted Faro's fault? Well, maybe it will tie in. But I missed some text, so we're going back through a little bit of what I didn't read on Tuesday, context for the DLC, and for this weird punk band who was performing for themselves and leaving notes at some of the places we've been. Dear Nobody. As far as I can tell, that's who's going to read this. Those spooky guys showed up today with that creep Blevins to take measurements of our workstations, and next week, they start installing Pharaoh servitors to do our jobs. Bye-bye, Shelly. Bye-bye, Laura. See you never. Hope you enjoy basic income. God, it's going to be weird to say goodbye to this place. When Quentin and I split, this was all I had. Thank God for a job where I could sit at a panel and press a button and cry all day. Which I think is why we're doing this, hiding the tapes of our rehearsals in the dam. These tapes are our memories, our ghosts. Through them, we get to haunt this place, keep it human in some small way. This control room was where I was sitting when Laura came in, dragging an old practice amp and a guitar behind her. Shells, she said. Girl. So I was looking at schematics for this place, and I found the perfect practice space. The acoustics in this place, seriously bonkers. Like echoing through the entire valley kinds of bonkers. Legit, you're gonna soil yourself when you see it. I remember asking, practice space? Peace, Shelly. I'm sorry we missed this the other day. It's no wonder some of the audio bits sounded so random and incomplete because we were supposed to read the rest. Again, don't want to spoil too much from the main game, but I can put this a little better on the timeline. Besides any dates it may actually state, this isn't when things were falling apart. This would be a little before that. Without getting into too many details, human jobs were replaced by machine jobs, by machines to do those jobs. And, well, we've all seen the Terminator version, right? Well, what happened here wasn't quite Skynet. It was its own thing. But when you give machines intelligence, or something that approaches real intelligence, what's going to happen then? And we're getting there. In our world, right now, we're getting there. What's going to happen when we get there? Lots of people before us have imagined the possibilities, and you see it in books and film, going way back. Well, Pharaoh machines were being installed to replace the humans at many facilities, and that seems to be when all these logs were dropped. Hey, Colonel. So they were practicing. You heard Laura and Shelly a little bit. Let's just cut down to the text here. Dear Nobody, they figure no one's going to read this. They're leaving logs as the last humans working in a facility that's being upgraded to machine automation. So they're leaving notes. No one else will be working there. They don't think anyone's ever going to find them. Dear Nobody, when I took this job, we had to watch this training holo, and I remember probably 2% of the actual holo. At some point, the holo welcomed me to the dam family, and Dam. Did they work at a dam? I think they worked at a dam, like hydroelectric dam. Plant and dam. Dam family. And I felt like, A, that was such a missed opportunity because they could have called it a damily and chose not to, and B, the idea that I would ever think of any of my coworkers as family was pretty ridiculous. But then, one day I looked up and automation had whittled 6 people down to just Laura and I was signing papers to dissolve the family I thought I had. And suddenly my last coworker, with her faded tattoos and perpetually arched eyebrows, was telling me jokes and making me listen to bands I'd never heard of and cheering me up when I cried. Things were really good when it was just the two of us. We used to have these theme days. One time the sluice gates were open. We set up beach blankets on one of the catwalks in the intake tower and batted around this inflatable beach ball I had in my apartment for some reason. Laura messed around with the emergency PA and patched in a bunch of classical surf rock songs. We even put sunscreen on the bridges of our noses. Laura called it the Concrete Beach Party. When Laura brought up band names, I knew pretty much right away that that would be our name, Concrete Beach Party. There was never really any other choice. The servitor robots were being installed. Do you want to hear them this time? Let's see.
Okay, Shells, we're not focusing on that right now. We're recording, okay? We're not even in the band meeting. Sort of counts as practice, right? Merch. We need merch. Stickers!
Stickers!
You're not a real band until someone vandalizes government property with your stickers.
Colleagues, I have been asked to remind you that conversations determined to be irrelevant to servitor training are discouraged.
What were you saying about vandalizing government property?
That makes so much more sense now. All of this does. Shelley and Laura, the last humans working there, for a while they were sort of overseeing the robots that were installed to replace their colleagues. Here comes a servitor telling them that what they're talking about is irrelevant to servitor training. They needed to shut it. They need some stickers for their band. Stick them all over that servitor. Dear nobody, we spent an hour plastering our stickers all over that servitor. Well, I say stickers, they were sticky notes from my desk. We stole the presentation and design of other band logos, drawing little skulls and lightning bolts and broken hearts around the name. It's not like we had any actual work to do. When this began, we were told we'd be on-site advisors, going through the motions of our duties so the servitors could mimic our actions. The government creeps, corporate creeps, same diff, I guess, mostly ignore us or yell at us for getting in their way. The robo-scab's weird oval head kept swiveling towards us, and it kept asking, "Hello, is this relevant to my training?" As we tried to duck out of its line of sight, ruining its chrome finish with sticky notes and shushing each other's giggles. Afterward, Laura stood in front of the thing and goes, "Servitor, this is very important. This is how you greet Blevins, okay? It's a sign of immense respect." I mean, will the servitor actually give Blevins the finger? Probably not, right? But a girl can dream. Screw the man, Shelley. Hanging on the pipes, need to take a break. Like I said, I don't want to listen to all the audio again. I want to get to the parts we didn't hear. Back to the dungeon we're in. What facility are we in? Figured out what facility we're in. They were talking about Firebreak. You know what place it is? The Grave Horde. We had to pass by the Grave Horde to get to the Frozen Wilds. Well, I don't want to outright say what the Grave Horde is in the context of the story, because you don't find out till pretty late in the story. I want to know what place we're in now, like that. Grave Horde was, and this is. But don't tell me. I expect we'll find out when the time is right. I feel embarrassed now, thinking about following Laura out of the pump station like a kicked puppy, wondering what horrible thing I might have done, till she threw herself into this room and shut the door behind her, just screamed. The fear of abandonment is weirdly self-centered, because it presupposes that little old you are filled with such immense destructive power that you're capable of driving every person you care about away. Anyway, at the bottom of the dam, with her on one side of the door and me on the other, she told me that Metallurgic had bought her mom's house, her whole neighborhood, in fact, out from under her to build a new server farm. Ugh, God, I don't even like that house, she said. I don't even like Indianapolis. I hated every minute I spent in that city as a kid. When they told us we'd have to leave the dam, I went back to my apartment and I sat on my bed and I prayed to a God I don't even believe in that I wouldn't have to move back home, that I wouldn't have to show up on my mom's front stoop with a suitcase and a bunch of stupid excuses. She was trying not to sound like she was crying. She sounded like she was crying. I guess I got my stupid wish, huh? I asked her where she'd go, and she laughed. Where else could she go? Back home, to help her mom pack up the house, to move with her into whatever dank little one-room hole Metallurgic's displacement grant will allow them to afford. I think I could have dealt with being one of those losers who celebrate their 40th birthday living in the house they grew up in, but now I don't even have that. I had no idea how to make her feel better, so I just sat there on the other side of the door and I started singing this song we were working on. One about being the last two girls on Earth, and eventually she started singing along. Love, Shelley. I hope I'm enjoying this. I hope you are too. There's a couple left that we haven't read yet. Completely missed this Tuesday. We got in a fight, Laura and I. After practice, we went out for drinks. There's this row bar in downtown Cody, so we called an auto car and shuttled over. We were the only people there. With the park closing, Cody's becoming a ghost town. The more we drank, the more passive-aggressive our banter became, snowballing out of our control, metastasizing in the empty air between us, and then before either of us really knew what was happening, we were yelling at each other. I kept thinking, like, I'm not abandoning her, she's abandoning me. And I guess she was probably thinking something similar. We got quiet for a while, drank more. Eventually Laura ordered an auto car and we piled into it, slid as far from each other on the back seat as we could, arms crossed, staring out the window. Then I heard myself talking. Screw it. I don't care if you stay in touch with me. I'm gonna stay in touch with you, whether you like it or not. You're not getting rid of me, ever. Laura looked at me for what felt like ages. Thought she was gonna start yelling. Then her hand crept over mine, and we just sat there together. Bottoms up. Jelly. It's happened often enough in the main game, too. You find some of the best moments in the most unexpected places. I think this is the song. This is the full song. Did I cut this off before? I accidentally cut the song off partway through. Last Girls on Earth by Concrete Beach Party. Recorded in the Overflow Basin Studios. Laura Vogel on guitar, Shelly Guerrera Mackenzie on Vox. Electronics percussion courtesy of Magical Power of Automation. Loss of livelihood also courtesy the Magical Power of Automation. It's been real. Hugs and kisses. Bye. You want to hear it? It's kind of painful. It's only 2 minutes though.
Live from the illustrious.
Oh, we gotta stay on the screen to hear it.
Live from the illustrious Overflow Basin Studios. It's Concrete Beach Party. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
But it makes sense now. It's not nearly as painful when it makes sense.
Sellouts and runaway cowards. We've seen your type before. You remove us from the premises.
I should be showing you the door.
You make the world so hard to live in. Then act like we should crave a spot. But if we're not good enough for your world, we think your world can rock. Trapped in a circuit of hell, we still know our worth. Meat and bones don't sell. We're the last girls on earth. Big dudes who draw big paychecks. We're all real friends. You send your robo-steps to Concrete Beach until there's no one left. You G-men, you're such rock stars. We think it's super cool when you replace us and then you act like we should be making you trapped in circular hell.
We still know our worth. Meat and bone don't sell.
We're the last girls on earth.
Hey, Tomalak. Last Girls on Earth by Concrete Beach Party, recorded in Overflow Basin Studios. Laura Vogel on guitar, Shelly Guerrera Mackenzie on box. Everything else courtesy of Automation. If you've ever known someone in a band, this makes perfect sense. And the context in game beyond that is we have it now.
Can my focus show me anything?
I had a hard time appreciating that song the other day. Couldn't understand why we were listening, why the story of these two girls mattered. And now it matters. Now it's personal. It's all it needed to be. Personal. I thought that was missing. It was in the text. Oh, something over here. What are you looking at? I don't see what you see. Figuring off of something probably on the other side of a wall, but... Oh, she's seeing the door way over there. Oh, never mind that.
Perhaps my focus can help me.
Oh, we already used our focus on that. That was the 0.6. Doesn't get us...
If I can't find something, maybe my focus
Stop
can.
saying that, Aloy. Have to say use your focus. Landing it on the right thing. Keep seeing stuff in other rooms. What about in this room? Besides 0.6. Stop seeing things in other rooms. I'll go run out there again. There may not be anything in here right now we can do. Here, can we interact with that? Stop backseating, Aloy! I'm trying to tell you what to do. Stop backseating.
My focus could find something I've missed.
Hey girl, we're gonna have some issues soon. I'm a little surprised that I don't just see whatever she's thinking about, but maybe it's not in that room and she's just saying that generic, use your focus. Haven't, which door did we come in from? I think we came in that way. Haven't been over here. So we're good, we just haven't been everywhere. Hardly anywhere in here yet. Supply snafu.
This is Director of Security Blevins resending the emergency supply order. Try reading it this time, okay? You weasels don't want me calling my people in SLC.
So the SLC. Almost all of these have extra text, so we gotta remember to follow up on them. Let me begin by spelling out disaster for you. A destructive event causing a level of disturbance unmanageable via the application of ordinary resources. What you have given us is distinctly ordinary. Dummies version, give me what I need, or you'll be on an autocar to Layoff City quicker than you can say code red. The list, one more time. 3,000 MREs, no lasagna. 30 military-grade flashlights, no more junk store crap. 10 portable water pumps, not 5, not 8, 10. 50 tubes of fungicide. We're working underground. Spores happen. 15 hydraulic jacks, 12 replacement drone propulsion units, 50 holographic micro drives. In a disaster, see definition above, it's absolutely critical to track all ingresses and egresses of the facility. I take our safety seriously, even if you don't. 50 almond scented extra soft. Ah. That's great. Well, that was the one at the was that 0.6? Oh, but we did hear that one the other day. That's 0.6, and we read it. Okay, I think we've caught up on the ones that had audio and I missed the text on Tuesday. There are other text data points, and I've read those. So on. We'll try and keep up with them there. The lore in this game, main game, and now that I see where the rest of it is, the DLC too is great. Some of the best in my book. Take that action. How am I crawling through this? Where are we going?
Anything my focus could reveal.
Usually does, Aloy. It usually does. OMG, Blevins.
Director of Security Blevins is riding us like a petty tyrant. I can't even sneeze without triggering his control issues.
If Blevins reconfigures the pattern on the lambent orbicular door access one more time, I'm gonna vomit all over it. Sure, I don't want some gift shop employee rooting around in the firebreak facility, but these measures aren't about security. They're about control. I wonder if Blevins gets in early to watch everybody try to solve the new pattern perched over his little camera array in his big boy office. What a bridge troll. You'd think that a fraction of his fancy drone budget could go towards buying him some classier body spray. God help me and Kenny if he ever finds out about us. Oh, yeah. Something special up there. Oh my God, they killed Kenny! The door again. Text mail. Okay, I've been hearing that some of our staff members are having trouble with our state-of-the-art, ultra-secure, and absolutely necessary lambent orbicular door access. So here's the SLOW version again. The thingy in the middle is the source node. Turn it on. Yeah, I know, hard, right? Then you've got to turn the other node so that the data stream containing your credentials gets back to the source. Some nodes are used to buffer corrupt or suspect data, so avoid those. Shouldn't be too tough because, you know, they're red, like a stop sign. I'm guessing you were taught this in preschool, but with this crowd, who knows? Anyway, that's it. Get the data stream back to the source and the door opens. It's really not that tough, but if you need me to, I'll hold your hand while you give it a try. Actually, scratch that. Do it yourself. I'm not gonna touch your hand. What a dick! Blevins. Okay. So, source node, turn it on. Turn the other nodes so the data stream containing your credentials gets back to the source. Some are used to buffer corrupt or suspect data. Don't mess with those, they're red.
Those nodes on the floor must be connected to the door.
Source node requires a closed flow circuit to establish connection. Faulty data node. No response. Data flow cannot pass through this node. Rotate to reroute data flow. See which ones are broken. She moves really slowly in focus mode. Broken. Working. 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 So there's only one broken node.
Could be something around that my focus will see.
Did it run out too? Door. It's rigged up to the door. rotate to reroute data
Focus could
flow.
turn something up.
But we don't have any way to interact. Oh. Override source mode. There's our on button.
Something.
Now
What
it
am I
makes
supposed to do with these
sense.
lights?
So that one can't go that way, it's gotta go this way.
These things turn, changing the flow of light.
We'll go from there. And our destination is what? Over there? Or we'll work with that. Closed loop. It said closed loop.
All right. Let's see if the door's open.
Last door. Power status on.
Check the area with my focus, maybe.
Please stop. Disable Aloy focus reminders. We already heard OMG Blevins. It's just triggering again. You love when you get spam emails and they use words like encroach or perspicacity. Perspicacity is an excellent word. Well, the word doesn't come to mind. What it means? I wonder often enough about people I encounter in this world whether they possess the perspicacity to persist in this world. Don't mind me. Don't mind. I've wandered off. Where are we? We're supposed to go back to the door, but I feel like we're in a part of the facility I haven't been in before. Or is this where we entered? Damn it, I just backtracked all the way to the entrance. Yeah, that sounds like me. Now I recognize some of it. That's the door. There's stuff over this way we want to get to. Connection now established. Rhea, we're looking for one of the Banuk here. We're not just exploring on our own. Rephrase. We are somewhere others are known to be or have been recently, unlike many of the dungeons that Aloy explores. We're trying to find someone who's already here, supposed to be here already from the Banuk tribe. you be exhausted after trying to climb up elevator shaft that quickly? And how much energy you'd have to exert to get up a 3 stories climbing like that. Freezing cold. Fingers would be... They wouldn't work! Trying to hold on to the...
Out again. Maybe I can get back inside through that structure over there.
Fire discovered with campfire.
Breath is ice. Before I even breathe out.
Ladder up there we can maybe kick down later.
Looks like I need to get to those stairs.
Hey Quad, I hope you have a good time in Shadow of War. Still on the fence about whether to play it stubbornly, just make some kind of principled stand and not buy it, or what. And we got tons of things to play, so I'm not chomping at the bit
Message
for
coming
it,
in.
but
Patching it through.
I hear good things. No Rage Mage loves it. Iceman! The Iceman cometh. Thank you for the host, bud. God! Okay, so we're not dead. Do you see what happened and why my balls are in my throat now? I jumped up there and she jumped over there. I was aiming for that and she did this like short jump because she's going there. Oh, I didn't see that. So I'm trying to do this long jump and she plummets down.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Colonel, thank you for the host, Colonel. Oof. Silhouette. A hard save somewhere in here. Run! Not that hardy, Leroy.
Not much higher to climb. Maria must be close. She has to be in here somewhere.
People usually stand out like a sore thumb with the focus from a great distance. See them articulating their limbs quite a ways away. Wherever she is, she's obscured Out of range. Stage 2 complete. Text mail from Kenny Chow. YNPF, all, date December 23rd, 2046. Subject, first stage of main facility complete. If they're talking about Firebreak or Project Zero Dawn, the name sounds familiar. I think we've not just heard Kenny earlier today, but I don't want to dig too much into this or speculate too much. Just, Kenny, one of the employees we heard about during the main game, too. That doesn't really need an answer, but that's what I was thinking about. Attention, all staff. It's with pride that I announce the completion of the first level of infrastructure on our primary facility. This compound will be the nerve center for our project and will require the team's continued best efforts to realize by the deadline. But even though there is much more to be done, you should be pleased with all you've accomplished so far. Please find attached a detailed plan for mustering out of the auxiliary space, which will serve as a contingency site as we proceed with the main facility. 90% of our personnel must be relocated by 5 p.m. Wednesday. If your name does not appear on the assignment list, please email Marissa with me in CC. Your dedication, talent, and intelligence remain daily sources of inspiration. Dr. Kenny Chow, Project Director.
Someone hacked the menu board to display obscene messages about our colleague, Mr. Blevins. Is this the most advanced geological project ever undertaken, or a junior high locker room? Come on, people.
Attention, all staff. At an assembly of our country's finest scientific minds, recruited to address a grave threat to national safety, it would be fair to expect more mature conduct than that demonstrated yesterday in the canteen. Mr. Blevins plays a crucial role in the successful execution of Firebreak, and is due the respect of both his title and his many contributions to the project. His title and of his many contributions to the project. Any further interference in the menu boards will necessitate my direct personal involvement. Dr. Kenny Chow, Project Director. From Kenny Chow to Anita Sandoval, date December 3rd, 2046. Subject, forward, hacking of menu board. Anita, is it you? Wink, wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, know what I mean?
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. Speak to me. What more would you have me do? Is there no prayer that will reach you? No mark that will break your bonds? Ah! I can't help you if you won't speak. A whisper is all I ask. To guide me. Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the Spirit herself.
I I used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
Like the one before, we need to turn it on and see what parts are working and not. Why not?
But I'll bet the goal's the same. Get the light back to the source.
One has an outer ring. It also has some bad nodes. 2 bad nodes, both on the outer ring. See if we can figure out what we're trying to... Oh, closed loop. I did that last time. Told us it was a closed loop. I forgot it until the end. Closed loop. So where it closes off from, we see where it starts. In here, right? Just looking at that section, which looked lit, but wherever it's starting from, I was hoping we could work backwards from where it will need to close off from. We can't. In the first puzzle, we only had 1 ring, and so with 1 bad node, it was clear which node was going to have to close it off. In this case, it's not quite that simple. So the yellow points are where the data or the energy can flow in and out of each node. But which ones are actually pointing the center? 3 of them, 4 of them. There are 4 of them pointing the middle right now. And check this out. Maybe we can still work around start with the bad nodes to figure out how to come at the puzzle. Frozen Wilds text data points. Anita. Security measures. Anita, as much as I hate the fact that Blevins installed lambent orbicular technology on the lower security door, I admit that for the auxiliary data center it makes sense, especially given our goals for the central processing unit. I'm sure you're painfully familiar with the process by now, but just in case you need to forward instructions to your team. To access the system, activate the source node in the middle, then manipulate the other nodes to direct the data stream with your credentials back to the center. Make sure to avoid the red nodes. They're used to isolate any corrupt or suspect data. I'm sure someday you'll thank Blevins for making our work so very, very secure. Kenny. Instruction reminder. But we don't want to point the data at the bad nodes. So this node would either go like this in the final puzzle or like this. Not going to be pointing at that. And bad node over here. And we want to avoid pointing anything at it. So I'm not seeing... Maybe we don't have any data flow yet, at all. That's why I was having a hard time identifying which one. Yeah, we didn't have any data flow yet. We need to light up everything. This will be fun. I think with the camera angles, unless I were to somehow have a nice drawing in front of me so I could look at it all at once, there's going to be a lot of trial and error. Some of these have input-output that are adjacent, and some are a wider angle. So even if I wrote down the number of nodes and drew something real quick, I would have to also include which ones go like that. It's too much to copy down. I'm going a little crazy, I think. So let's just trial and error through it a bit and make corrections, and be good. How's that sound? So that's not going to cut it here. Can't do that. Already ran into a wall going out this way. I adjust this node to catch the data. sends it nowhere. That. Send that out that way. Dodge the bad node. See if we can do anything with this. Not like that. Okay. What might end up happening though, and I'm gonna get ahead of things here. Let's go like this and see if that's where we end up closing it off. I have no reason to believe that will work, but it's a nice thought. Now going over. We have to catch it. Here, there. Already got that node. That. Here. This way. That's already lit. Okay. Here. There, bounces it over here. Put it over there.
Auxiliary channel.
Bada
recovered.
boom!
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Aurea? Aurea, I need you.
Where's Aurea?
Return to scheduled task.
No, I will not submit. Aurea, the daemon is forcing me. Aurea, please.
Transmission terminated.
You brought the spirit's voice back. Come. We need to talk.
Alright, we'll talk to her before a break. That would just be mean to break now. I'm not trying to be mean. I do need to take a break, but...
You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Aloy. Naltuk sent me. He thought that you could use my help.
He was not mistaken. You've been a... revelation. Now I know for certain that the spirit endures. Perhaps together we can find a way to set her free.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I came all this way for answers, and so far, I haven't heard any.
It seems to me that you are the answer. But of course, I'll tell you all I can.
You seem to have a history with this voice, this spirit.
She saved my life. Here, years ago, during the war with the Karja. A raid scattered my Werak. I was cut off, alone. I lured the enemy into the Rime Drifts, hoping to lose them in the mist, but they endured, so I took refuge in this cave. That's when I heard her voice. A wanderer. Lost, like me. A spirit of the blue light, yet sundered from it. She asked me for aid. She chose me. But I was in no position to help, not with the Karja after me. So she helped me first. By closing a door on the mountain below, one you must have opened to get here. Locked by means similar to those found in this room. It kept the Karja from reaching me. Safe from them. I was able to do as she asked.
What did the spirit want from you?
She said she was... hurt. Incomplete. She needed bones, parts not unlike what you'd find in a machine. They were here, in this room. She wanted me to bring them to Thunder's Drum, so I did, and she showed me how to heal her. So began our communion.
Again?
You had a communion with the spirit.
Yes. Inside Thunder's Drum is a room like this one, only larger, with an altar. I went there many times to speak with her.
What did she say?
She told me she was lost and needed my help. She asked questions about our lands, our tribe, and she listened. With patience. With wisdom. I told her things long kept silent about my family, my dreams, my fears. She never tired of me. Never judged. We kept each other's company.
Aloy's gonna ask her, but what is this spirit? Aloy would probably have 10 better guesses.
Aurea, what do you think the spirit is?
I see. You are not Banuk, and our songs are not familiar to you. You do not know of the blue light. That which struggles to survive in our hearts and animates the machines. The essence of life, and in its purest form. Harmony. As the anger of the machines grows, this light has faded from the world, and the spirits it sustains are stranded. That's what she is. A lost soul, cut off from what it needs. Lonely, forsaken. I must help her. We must.
I'm not sure if I understand, but I want to.
That's all I need.
What of the daemon?
The daemon. What do you know about it?
I spoke with the spirit many times. First here, then inside Thunder's Drum. The last time... She told me she was under attack by something that could not be seen by mortal eyes. Something... evil. She named it the daemon, and said it needed her power to do what it willed. And she begged me for help. To find a way to destroy her, if necessary, to keep it from using her. That was 5 years ago. I didn't hear her voice again. Until today.
What kept you from the spirit, after it begged for help?
I went to Aratak, hoping he could protect her. But the war with the Karja still raged, and before I could reach him... I was ambushed by the Mad Sun King's Kestrels, and taken to Meridian in chains. I wasn't able to return to Thunder's Drum until long after the liberation, not until last thaw.
You said you returned to Thunder's Drum. That was the expedition that went bad. I saw the funeral.
Yes. Once there was finally peace with the Karja, Aratak and I gathered a Werak of great hunters to defeat the daemon. And yet, the old door to Thunder's Drum was gone, replaced by a gate we could not pass, and many machines. We were crushed. Aratak called a retreat, but we had already lost our best. We abandoned them to the snow as we fell back. After, you and I could not agree on what to do next. So I came here, hoping against hope to hear the spirit again. And because of you, I did.
Let's go to Thunder's Drum. I'm gonna wait to click on that until after the break. I don't know if it's short cutscene and done. Be fine now, or long cutscene, series of events. Let's I'll hit that button after the break. Sound alright? Let me take 10. Food? Yes. Yes. I don't know about you. You gonna get a snack? I'm getting a snack. Maybe a drink. Gonna go wash out my mug. Maybe. Anyways, I'll see you all back here in a few. Stay tuned.